One, two, three. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, when we are showed there on the screen, it has got the larger than life effect. And you think that the person is of that size. एक मतलब मैं बॉम्बे के I think there's a hotel in Juhu. I entered the lobby. I was going past a particular restaurant, and there was a friend of mine who was with me. So we were going into the coffee shop for a meeting. And as we walked past a couple of people, he asked me, "Did you notice that person?" I said, "No, who was that?" He said, "That was Saif Ali Khan." He was like 2 inches shorter than me and 2 inches thinner than me. So मैं बोला कि कैसे हो सकता है? I said, "Just wait कर." So I went around. Yeah, it's Saif Ali Khan. Because I had seen him only in the 70 mm screen, no? So ऐसे ही मैं सोच रहा था कि स्तुति मुझे वहाँ दिखा रही है, मैं ऐसे आऊँगा तो लोग बोलेंगे अरे असली आदमी को बुलाओ, ये कौन आ गया है? I'm delighted to be here, and I think I would fail if I don't acknowledge right at the outset the wonderful work that Stuti and her team have put together. It takes a humongous amount of effort to pull off a conference such as this, and to be able to attract education leaders from 19 different states across the length and breadth of the country. So one round of applause for Stuti and her team. Karan quite rightly put a little bit of a pressure on all of us. It always works. We know how we put that little pressure on children. It always works in getting more out of it. So Stuti asked me to speak a little about the future of education, role of technology. That's the broad context. And she said, "आपको जो बोलना है बोलिए इसके आसपास." मैं बोला ठीक है. I am a graduate, just to give a half-a-minute introduction so that I can tell you that I have no great credentials to be in education. So I think that's the purpose of saying this. I graduated from IIM Bangalore in '93, worked in the corporate sector for 2 years, got quickly bored of it and didn't know what to do, too lazy to do a PhD, but deep desire to be a teacher. So I found something very fraudulent for myself. कि मैं पढ़ाना चाहता हूँ PhD के बगैर, और also not wanted to be part of a system that takes away a lot of my freedom. So that's how Career Launcher was born. I became an entrepreneur who's a teacher, and that's what I've been doing for the last 18 years now. And so this is my day job all the time with students. We run about 12 schools. They go by the name of Indus World School. I teach English, Hindi and Urdu in my schools. Then for the college grads, I teach quantitative aptitude. Students who want to get into the IIMs or IITs, I teach them, and sessions like this with education leaders. So in sum, I'm not a PhD. I have no great credentials, but what I'm going to speak about is more from the perspective of what I see as the future of education in this 21st century, the threshold of it that we are already in. Let me start with a question. How many of you are school leaders, education principals, senior teachers, or school owners? Okay, all right. Let's take the case of a child who's in, let's say, grade 1. So when is that child going to graduate? Which year?
At the age of 17, 18.
Which year? 2014 we are in?
In 20 and 21. 21, 22.
कैसे होगा? 12 साल. 2014 में बच्चा ग्रेड 1 में है. So 2026, the child is going to go into college in 2026. Assume that the child will do graduation and post-graduation. What year will she post-graduate, sir?
By
2030, 31, okay? And he or she begins to work, and so she's, let's say, about 22 by that time, 23, and he or she is going to work till what age? 40 more years? 50 more years? You know the challenge that Western Europe and some of these countries are facing? That they have far too active great-grandfathers at the age of 80. So there is a new employment exchange that has come into existence to find employment for 75-year-old plus. And when I look at my father, we are not too far behind. My father, I can't stop him from doing it. He's 76. But he teaches Sanskrit at an organization called Samskrita Bharati. My mother goes with him. रोक नहीं सकते उनको. So the child who's going to start work in 2030, chances are that she's going to work till 2085, 2090. Maybe she will see 2100. And that child is in our school. There is a context that I'm trying to set. That child is in our school. What am I urging all of us to think about? What is the purpose of taking this small caselet of a child who's in grade 1 now, will begin to work in 2030, she will continue to work in 2085, and I am her mentor today. Brilliant. What kind of foundation am I giving? What is the future of the child?
We have to upgrade ourselves to reach that, capability.
Yeah. You know, many a time.
At that time. Oh yeah, demands which will be there for the children.
Excellent. I need to foresee the future as an educator, because now I am this tall, all-knowing principal of the school that the child goes to. Or the mother is the know-all for the child. बच्चा सोचता है कि मामा पापा का तो सब कुछ मालूम है. मेरे स्कूल की, you ask a child. Yesterday I was in a Delhi metro and one father was carrying his child, young little girl child, must be 5 or 6, and this family was having a conversation, and the child was telling her father that she wants to become a teacher. Imagine 7 out of 10 children, when they're 4 or 5 or 6, they're likely to say they want to become a teacher, because that's the nearest thing to a profession that they have seen. The beautiful teacher, she teaches so well, she sings so well, and this and that. Then she is a know-all person. So when we, as education leaders, we are here, and we are looking at this future, and you are the epitome of all that is knowledgeable and all that is authority for the child. That makes me more responsible. I need to be more humble about the impact I could create. And that has to lead, that has to advise, that has to help my thinking at all times. Am I making sense? Yes or no? A school has to be future anchored. That particular factory that is producing medicines, its product is going to be put on the shelf today. I would hate to call it a product, our child, but our alumnus, the child that's going to graduate, she's going to be there 30 years from now. And we don't know how the world will look like 30 years from now. Can you imagine that? Look at 30 years ago and think of technology. Think of anything. Technology incidentally has become a very central part of transformational or disruptive practices in every field. 100 years ago, there were no aeroplanes. I remember reading a novel not too far by Amrita Shergill in one of her writing, she says that it took them 2.5 days to go from northern part of the country for a mushaira in Bombay during her time, her father's time. So when we are looking at this, the rate at which the world is changing is an important part that all of us must be conscious about. And before I go ahead, I'll show you a short 2-minute film. And I would request you to look at it very carefully and write down whichever one point that the movie shows that made deeper impact on you. And we'll come back and discuss that in the context of our roles as education leaders. request a few of you to just pick one point that made the deepest impact on you and share why is that so.
The power of information highway and the impact of technology everywhere around the world, and it tells us where we are and where we have to be.
Yeah, thanks. So the power of technology and how all pervasive it is.
Special mention for the jobs which did not exist and
will not exist. Probably the children who are being prepared today for are actually being prepared for the uncertain future. So that is what we need to see and ponder over.
Absolutely, absolutely. So wonderful. I'll just pause here for a minute. An important point. Did you take note of that statistics? It said that 6 out of 10 jobs that were in the top 10 did not exist 6-7 years ago. Make sense? Which means we are educating our children for some jobs that we don't know what they are. And it is in that context, I must make a reference to one research paper that was published by Forbes in 2002. And you know what it said? The research paper of 2002, it said that the richest person of the world in 2025 is not born yet. Make sense? In 2002, the richest person of 2025 is not born yet. So, all of us, we have no chance. The second part of that research was that the work he or she would be doing to become the wealthiest person, most successful person, is not known yet. So, हम बच्चों को किस चीज़ के लिए पढ़ा रहे हैं? Knowledge के लिए नहीं पढ़ा रहे हैं, कुछ और चीज़ के लिए पढ़ा रहे हैं. And it is, there are many right answers to this. I don't think my aim is to arrive at one right answer today. A good human being, of course, is an eternal answer. But there are some subordinate answers too. But I'll leave it as a thought for you and not necessarily prescribe anything. I'm sorry, please.
We need a fast upgradation of the curriculum.
Brilliant. We need a fast upgradation of curriculum.
Besides jobs, economic, social dimensions are going to take altogether new shape. Especially, nanotechnology is not very far off. So when you have such miniature computers, such miniatures, you see devices there, and then you see the person is getting aloof day by day. And that's why we talk about self-directed learning, we talk about new techniques there. We need new type of school. That's why this conference is so very relevant.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And you know where we use the word technology? What we call as technology, my child calls as phone. जहाँ मुझे समझ में कम आने लगता है ना, उसको मैं एक चेपी लगा देता हूँ, उसका नाम टेक्नोलॉजी दे देता हूँ. We never called a car as technology. It was, of course, technology. We never called a car as technology. What we are always trying to grapple with and struggle with, we give it name technology. Otherwise, our children are born in that world. वो कहता है ये तो आम चीज़ है, इसमें technology क्या है? A child walks up to the television screen and she does this. वो touch screen वाली television नहीं है, वो normal television है. लेकिन बच्चा 2 साल का जाके, क्योंकि पापा का फोन को ऐसे ऐसे घुमा रहा था, वो जाके टीवी को वैसे करता है, and he is surprised that ये फोन घूम, why is the screen not moving?
What I find in that presentation, something positive and good, every person has its own perspective of looking things at, that you show that number of children growing per minute. So I found that the number of consumers, the children are going to be consumers, future consumers, is much, much faster than the new products are being launched in the market. So it's a good point for all the manufacturers and the technology makers or whatever. And if few great people born out of that, so one machine can do work of 50 normal human being, but no machine can do work of a great human being. That I came to know.
Excellent. That also has a very nice contextual connect with the teacher. You know, I have always believed that as a teacher, I need to embrace technology a lot more proactively, because जो मेरा वक्त बच्चे के साथ बिताना होता है उसे मैं सबसे ज़्यादा कीमती मानता हूँ. बच्चे का अगर if I have to correct 100 test papers, if something can help me do that and release that 3 hours, I would rather go and play a game of soccer or spend time mentoring children. Excellent. So machines can replace men, you know, in doing certain kind of work, but in certain other kind of work, it's always going to be we as human beings doing a great amount of work. Yes, sir.
जो मैंने समझा है वो ये कि एक और तो नॉलेज का एक्सप्लोजन हो रहा है और दूसरी तरफ टेक्नोलॉजी भी बहुत तेज बढ़ रही है. आज के समय में हम लोगों की स्थिति ये नहीं है कि हम कल के बारे में सोच सकें कि किस तरह का हमें बच्चा हम कैसे तैयार कर पाएंगे. बच्चे में ही हमें ये एबिलिटी तैयार देनी होगी कि वो खुद सर्च कर सके और खुद सीख सके.
Absolutely. वो शायद हमसे ज़्यादा सलाहियत रखते हैं उसको ढूंढने के बारे में. Yes, sir, I'm coming in a minute. Any other hands going up? 1 or 2 more points before I move on.
जो मुझे समझ में आया सर कि मेरे पापा के पापा ने कुछ मेरे पापा को पढ़ाया था और मेरे पापा ने मुझे कुछ पढ़ाया. मैं अपने बच्चे को भी पढ़ा रहा हूँ, यही कोशिश कर रहा हूँ और उम्मीद है कि बच्चा भी अपने बच्चे को ही पढ़ाएगा. शायद जो कुछ भी ये सीक्वेंस मैंने बताया इसमें टेक्नोलॉजी कहीं इन्वॉल्व नहीं थी. मेरे पापा के ज़माने में कंप्यूटर नहीं था, लेकिन पता नहीं क्या पढ़ाया मेरे पापा ने. मैंने कंप्यूटर को अच्छी तरह से हैंडल कर लिया और मुझे मेरे पापा ने जो कुछ भी पढ़ाया था मैंने अपने बच्चे को नहीं पढ़ाया, फिर भी पता नहीं क्या पढ़ लिया उसने कि आज की जानवर है उसने हमसे ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी से आती है. तो टेक्नोलॉजी हैज़ नेवर बीन अ थ्रेट, इट विल नेवर बी अ थ्रेट. Probably we all should consider very lucky that the threat is actually alarming from somewhere else, for which probably the value might come as a rescue, which could be the education for the tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. The values and the value-based education will be eternal. Sir, I'm coming in a moment. I'm sorry, I missed you.
The presentation was extraordinary, but it made me feel terribly inadequate. I felt acutely depressed that I was not going to be aware of what is happening, and how can we teach children about what we don't even know. And therefore, coming back to my presentation yesterday, which I ended by saying that the only thing as teachers you can do, and this film reinforces it, is to teach them values. And if you teach them the right values, they will never go wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
Just to add to that, the video definitely shows the power of information that we have out there, but also there was one slide I think that talked about how we are building children into a future where we don't really know. We're looking for solutions, but where again we're not really understanding our problem that we are facing. So I think what would be amazing is to really use that technology and to really understand our challenges. And as he said, as Mr. Grover rightly said, build those values. Give children the power of information and those values to really build that future, which is going to be much better than our current state.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts? Yeah.
सारी प्रेजेंटेशन देख के मुझे गालिब का शेर याद आ रहा है. जाना ये जाना ता उम्र ये जाना कि कुछ नहीं जाना.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात है. बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब.
Permit me. Well, just to sum up, we are not there to teach the way we were taught. So we need to really take a new, rebirth or probably reincarnation in the form of teaching these Google generations. So it's really not an easy task.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So I don't have really much more to add to what these gentlemen and Karan Grover sir has already said. But I'm sorry, sir, but I would like to add to your depression by saying that we don't know that what we are seeing on this screen is going to stay the same, that the change will occur as rapidly as it is occurring right now. We don't even know that the technology or the computing power that we are predicting to be that high, we don't know that it is going to be exactly like that. So we cannot trust, or I will not use the word trust, but we cannot say that this is also certain, that the change will occur. Or it's also not certain that change will not occur. We don't know. So the only thing I can say, yeah, values. I mean, some basic framework to judge at every instant what we're going to do. So that framework is really needed to be incorporated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
As Karan Grover sir said, we need to teach value education. But I say, like, values are never taught. Values are something which we show through inculcation of values in our own behavior, in our own conduct. So the teachers need to be the role models for the students. We can't teach values through the lectures only, but we need to adopt all those things in our behavior, in our conduct.
So much about by walking. You walk, don't talk.
Yeah, good morning everybody. The video shall not create a fear factor. It is not that we will stay for 10 to 15 years just guessing that what will be the nature of technology or the requirement of the society. We keep changing ourselves with the need of society, whether it is education system or any other system. So I'm quite hopeful that with changes, the education system will keep changing itself. We are competent enough to guide the students to meet their requirements. Thank you.
Sure. Yes, sir, coming. Stuti, how much time do I have? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? 25.
I'd like to add to the list of things that may change apart from technology. I would like to say that even all the ideas, values, even these are likely to change. So I think we need to give something by which they can themselves, like all values and all ideas are in the field of the mind. And that we have already seen in past ages that has changed. So we need to give a technique whereby they can mine their own depth of the mind and bring out even values which are relevant to their own time.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, one of the definitions, like Swamiji has just said, one of the tasks is not to give a skill, but to equip a child with the skill of reskilling herself. The values to reassess and revalue myself, and the attitude to constantly look at my attitude all the time. These are which means what we need to give them is not the knowledge. There is something called as meta-knowledge, meta-skill, meta-values. I think that's what we need to do that. You know, one very simple thing that comes to my mind is, I don't know, you must be aware of the story, you know, where Kartikeya and Ganesha, they have a competition. The parents give them, and our man starts running all over the place, and Ganesha stays there and goes around doing pradakshina of his parents, and he emerges the winner. तो हमको भाग दौड़ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगर मैं अपनी राय बताऊं तो I need to stay still, I need to stay observant, I need to stay and do a few things, because all these changes were brought out by children who are in our schools. They were in school 17 years ago, 20 years ago. So भाग दौड़ वाली, डर वाली बात नहीं है, लेकिन observation वाली बात है. Yes, sir.
Namaste, Prashant from PTU. As भैया ने दिखाई वो presentation, तो उसे 2 बातें जो मेरे को समझ में आई। सबसे पहले तो ये कि बता दूं कि किस विषय में बोलने जा रहा हूँ। प्रॉब्लम जितनी भी हैं वो सिर्फ इस वजह से हैं क्योंकि हम नेचुरल प्रोसेस रियलिटी को समझे नहीं हैं, कुछ करने जाते हैं तो गड़बड़ होता है। और इस वीडियो से ये समझ में आया कि हम दिन प्रतिदिन बढ़ रहे हैं ना गिनती में बच्चे, और जो भैया ने पूरा बताया मतलब वो नेचुरल प्रोसेस है ना, वो टेक्नोलॉजी मान लें कुछ मान लें, वो नेचुरली बढ़ रहा है और रोज़ बढ़ रहा है। और टेक्नोलॉजी भी अगर हम देखें तो टेक्नोलॉजी उस चीज़ के लिए पर्याप्त है, हम सही बात को हर व्यक्ति तक, हर जन तक पहुंचा सकते हैं। अभी टेक्नोलॉजी का सही प्रयोग नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी को समझे नहीं है। अभी प्रॉब्लम दिखती है, प्रॉब्लम को रोकने के लिए हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करते हैं, जबकि टेक्नोलॉजी इस सेंस में यूज़ होनी चाहिए कि भाई जो नेचुरल प्रोसेस है वो और इनरिचिंग कैसे हो जाए। तो मेरे को यही लगता है। और मैम ने एक सवाल किया था, मेरे को लगता है वो एड्रेस कर देना चाहिए कि वैल्यूज़ कांट बी थॉट। तो उसके लिए ऐसा है कि हम लोग बिल्कुल किसी को कुछ पढ़ाया नहीं जा सकता पर समझ के लिए ध्यान दिलाया जा सकता है। दैट्स वाई वी आर डूइंग वर्कशॉप। छोटा सा प्रयोग है, हम लोग देश की कई यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में कर रहे हैं। पीटीयू में बाकायदा हम लोग अभी एमटेक और डिप्लोमा प्रोग्राम भी ले आए हैं और वो वैल्यूज़ के ऊपर ही है, मतलब ओरिएंटेशन। थैंक्स।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
जब वैल्यू की बात हो रही है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वैल्यूज़ का पेरेंट्स का बहुत रोल है। मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ। हम कई मैरिजेस में जाते हैं, मेरा बेटा 7th में है, उसको पता है मेरे फादर सभी एल्डर्स के पाँव छुएंगे। मैंने कभी उसे कहा नहीं, लेकिन उसको पता है चाचा ताया मेरे पापा एक एक करके चाहे 50 लोग हैं सबके पाँव छू रहे हैं तो अपने आप पाँव छूता है। सेकेंडली उसको पता है मेरे फादर को कितना भी गुस्सा आ जाए ये अब्यूसिव लैंग्वेज नहीं यूज़ करते, तो वो भी मुझे स्कूल में आके बताता है पापा ये मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं। अब 7th क्लास में आप सबको पता है सब बच्चे शुरू हो जाते हैं कि वो ये बोलते हैं, पर मैं नहीं बोलता क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मेरे पापा कितने भी गुस्से में हो ये अब्यूसिव लैंग्वेज नहीं यूज़ करते। वैल्यूज़ का हमारे अपने जो घर का सर्कल है उससे बहुत ही ज़्यादा इफेक्ट है, वो अपने आप आ जाती है, हमें बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अगर मैं गाली दे रहा हूँ तो मैं अपने बेटे को ये नहीं कह सकता कि तू गाली दे। अब उसको पता है कि मेरे पापा नहीं देते, वो नहीं देता है, उसको पता है पाँव छूने हैं वो छूता है, तो वैल्यूज़ का अपने आप आ जाती है।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
इस टेक्नोलॉजी के डेवलपमेंट से ये तो पता नहीं कि फ्यूचर में जॉब क्या होंगे, मगर वो जॉब ऐसे नहीं होंगे कि ये क्या हो सकता है या क्या तुम जानते हो, क्योंकि क्या जानते हो कैसे हो सकता है इसके लिए डॉक्टर गूगल और बहुत सारे डॉक्टर बैठे होंगे सर्च इंजन के रूप में। ये होगा जॉब कि तुम क्या कर सकते हो उस हालात के अंदर। ये टेक्नोलॉजी आपको यहाँ तक तो जरूर ले जाएगी। अब वो जॉब उनके लिए ख़त्म हो जाएगा कि भाई भारत की राजधानी का नाम क्या है या वो देश कहाँ पर है, क्योंकि वो तो डॉक्टर गूगल से एम्प्लॉयर पूछ लेगा। अब ये होगा कि आप क्या कर सकते हो उन हालातों के अंदर, जॉब इनके लिए होगा। तो हमें मालूम नहीं कि फ्यूचर में कौन सा जॉब होगा। धन्यवाद।
Yeah, information will get commoditized, but problem solving, creativity ये सब के लिए तो बहुत जगह है। Yes, madam. One last before I move to kind of conclude the session.
Children are adapting to the new technology smoothly. They are better off than us. But if we inculcate these values or whatever you say, like train them how to face the world, how to deal with people, take challenges positively, how to adopt changes at the earliest and in the best possible way, develop their spoken skills, boost their morals. Like these things, if we inculcate in them, they can adopt the new changes and the society and the economy and this social relationships better. So basic values, these types of values should be inculcated in children. They should be made more observant, adaptive, logical skills, reasoning skills. If you develop, and adopt the things quickly.
Yes, sir. You are 2 kilometers away. I am coming.
To just carry forward what Swamiji and others suggested, I found somewhere in a research, it came out in a research that a total of only 5% of the students really think. Another 10% of the students think that they think. They're not thinking, but they think that they think. And the remaining 85%, they said in the survey that we would rather die, we would prefer to die than think. So if we can induce or assist or see to it that we do something in our teaching so that the creativity and thinking is induced in them, I feel all the problems will be solved 2070 or 2080 whenever they pass out or graduate. I would like to say the story of Feynman who got Nobel Prize in 1965. He was supposed to be felicitated in a function in his small town. So during felicitation, he was asked on the stage that please tell me who is the person who helped you most in your life to get this Nobel Prize. इन्होंने बिना सोचे तुरंत जवाब दिया कि my mother. Then they asked him कि how, please tell us how. They thought that maybe he will say my mother used to, look after me very well, used to meet all my needs. He said that my mother was not very qualified. Then they asked, so how did she help you to get the Nobel Prize? Then he said that whenever I used to return home every day, घर में घुसते ही माँ हमें क्लास 1 से लेके जब तक मैं until I was a student, my mother used to ask me one question. What did you ask in school today? Every day, the same question used to be asked to him. Mother used to ask to his son, what did you ask in school today? ना कि टीचर ने क्या पढ़ाया, तुमने आंसर दिया कि नहीं, होमवर्क किया कि नहीं, टिफिन खाया कि नहीं, not that. Mother used to ask him every day, what did you ask your teacher in school today? And in order to be in a position to answer his mother properly, he had to think and think and think and ask new questions every day. And according to Feynman, this is what led him to the Nobel Prize. So if we can do something by which we can induce this thinking in our students, because the outcome of the research is very negative. It is saying that only 5% think and 10% think that they think, and 85% will rather prefer to die than think. So if we can do something in this direction, I feel we will really achieve great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I'll try and wrap up the session by reiterating. Of course, the idea was not necessarily to be able to prescribe that as school leaders, you and I must do this from tomorrow. That was not the purpose. I hope it serves the purpose of just opening up my mind once again, revisiting some fundamentals, revisiting the truth that is all around us, with one admission that we must make. हम अपने इलाके के इतने बड़े माफिया डॉन है ना, किसी की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है अपने पास आके हमसे सवाल पूछे. IAS ऑफिसर से सवाल पूछा जाता है, टॉप पुलिस ऑफिसर से सवाल पूछा जाता है, टॉप आर्किटेक्ट को पूछा जाता है कि सर ये आपने स्क्वायर क्यों बनाया, रेक्टेंगल क्यों नहीं बनाया. लेकिन प्रिंसिपल को आके सवाल पूछने को, एजुकेशन आके सवाल पूछने की ज़रूरत बहुत कम होती है. ऐसा हमने एक सिस्टम हो गया है. उसका एक और सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट है. वो सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, ये ठीक हो जाएगा जब हम वहाँ पहुँचेंगे जहाँ पर डिमांड से ज़्यादा सप्लाई हो जाए. आज हम उस जगह पर भी बैठे हैं, वहाँ पर इट इज़ अ सप्लाई कंस्ट्रेंड सोसाइटी. अच्छे स्कूलों की किल्लत, अच्छे प्रिंसिपल की किल्लत, अच्छे फिजिक्स टीचर्स मिलते ही नहीं हैं. सारे हिंदुस्तान, दिल्ली की 1.5 करोड़ की आबादी, प्री स्कूल के बच्चे एक ही स्कूल में जाना चाहते हैं जहाँ 40 सीटें हैं. अब वहाँ के वो तो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, एंड हम उसके अंदर रहते हैं, तो इसलिए हमको वी हैव टू बी मोर सेल्फ क्रिटिकल, बिकॉज अदर्स you can't be harsher on me than I on myself in any context. और उसमें बहुत बुनियादी सवाल जो है उसको हम उठाते भी नहीं हैं. मैं सवाल पूछता हूँ कई दफ़ा, जवाब नहीं चाहिए मुझे, Why does one need a tie? Uniform had some social context. Why uniforms were to be there? If it continues to be relevant, let the uniforms continue. मैं पढ़ाता हूँ, 40 मिनट के पीरियड का मुझे कुछ समझ में ही नहीं आता है. 40 मिनट में होना है. क्यों होना है? अब किसी ने रूल बुक बना के चले गए 1940 में, उसी को हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं. There are so many such dogmatic practices which have become holier than Bible, holier than Quran. If somebody asks a question, you throw the rule book at him and ask him to find his place. And in that context, I'll close my session with a mere submission that let us not preside an island of isolation that is so disconnected from the real world that my brightest of child, when she walks out, he or she is going to struggle to survive. And we are not here to preside survivors. There is a genius in every child. If she comes to my campus, if she touches me, that genius has to see its fruition. वो करने के लिए creative environment, open-mindedness. No mindset is the only mindset that we must have. कि भाई कोई भी चीज़ ये नहीं कहूँगा, I will never take refuge in the fact that ये तो होना ऐसे ही चाहिए. क्यों? अगर 100,000 टन्स का मेटल उड़ सकता है आसमान में और हजारों मीलों की दूरी को वो 1 घंटे में तय कर सकता है, तो तुम कौन हो? किसी ने कहा था उसको कि तुम विल्बर राइट एंड ब्रदर्स को कि नहीं उड़ सकते. उन्होंने कहा कि हम नहीं सुनते यार तेरी बात. तू होगा 50 साल का, लेकिन मैं तो 25 साल का हूँ, मैं तो 15 साल का हूँ, मैं तो अपनी क्रिएटिविटी में उस रास्ते में चल पड़ूंगी. उस रास्ते में हमको नहीं आना है. ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच. आई विल क्लोज माई सेशन एंड हैंड इट बैक टू स्तुति. माई email is satya@careerlauncher.com. For anything that is worth, please feel free to write. I respond to my mails myself. Thank you very much.